Part 3 of my houseplant tour of January 2026 and the last part. Today I'm showing you all of my plants which are upstairs and in my bathroom. Hi and welcome back for a new video. My name is Marco, better known as Handy Plant Guy. And in today's video I'm showing you my plants that are upstairs and in my bathroom. In the previous videos I showed you all of my plants that are downstairs. So this is gonna be the last part today. And I think I got the most plants here in my, or the most variety here in my plant room. So I'm excited to show you all of the plants, and there are a lot of struggle plants here. So get excited. And let's start in my bathroom. I think there's like an echoing here. I got 3 plants in my bedroom, actually 2, because on the shelf here is a Hoya, which isn't doing great. It's the same as downstairs. And I think I repotted her, and since then she just looked like this. So this is a goner. I got still some propagation in my plant room, so no worry. This is a goner. Then I got a big philodendron over here, which is way too big for the little space in my bathroom because I got a small bathroom. But it has some incredible nice leaves. And I bought this when it had just small leaves like this. So I'm very happy that it's happy here to grow. But this is also a goner. This is like a filler plant, so it doesn't mean anything to me. And it's rooted very nicely. I repotted this a couple weeks ago, and the roots are already taking over. It's gonna get a new home with somebody who will care nicely for it, I hope. So that's also a goner. And then I got behind you a big monstera. So this looks like a just regular monstera deliciosa, but I found this as just a little seedling, a small seedling, and it gave me like white variegation in the new leaf, and the white variegation was turning green, so it had like a green on green variegation. And in the last couple of leaves it just reverted, and you can't see any green on green anymore. So I wanna cut this plant up to propagate and see if I can get some variegation back. And in the meanwhile I tried some other things for moss poles. Like I used some pipes, some plastic pipes, which I cut in the middle, filled it with moss and used it as a moss pole, but it's not really a pleasure to look at kind of like those pipes. So I'm gonna take it off, but not in this video. That is for a monstera repot video. So I'm gonna put this beast back. And the monstera is the only one who can stay in the bathroom for now, and the other ones have to go. And we have to go to the plant room. So my plant room is also upstairs, and it's like a little bit messy at the moment. So don't look at the mess, just look at the plants. So when you walk into the plant room, you get welcomed by this monstera albo variegated, which had like a little bit of cold. I got other ones that also got like a little bit cold. That's why the leaves are browning, and I think I let her dry out too much. This is a plant which I wanna cut up in pieces to propagate. Next to her is my Hoya. I don't know the name of the Hoya. On a self-made trellis. I'm also gonna make a video about making trellis by yourself. That's my messy corner with a greenhouse I'm not using at the moment. Some pottery, some accessories. This is a jungle cacti, which is doing nothing for me. So that's a plant I get rid of. And by getting rid of plants, I mean like selling them online on Facebook Marketplace or give them away to friends, something like that. So when I'm saying this is a goner, I'm not throwing them in the trash. My shelving to the south facing window here. Here I got an aloe vera, which I'm using for my face. Maybe I should make a video about that. Self-care. These are just 3 cuttings which I brought inside for the winter because in spring I will cut them up and put them together in one big bowl, and then they gave me like a dozen of offshoots, and I'm always rescuing like one piece. This time there were 3 nice ones. So this lives outside on my terrace in the summer. Here we got a cutting from a Thai constellation, which I wanna put in leca, but I got like a bunch of cuttings. And I hope this will not die on me. Here is a Sansevieria or Dracaena, because they are reclassified. Now we're coming to the messy part. Here we got a philodendron which I bought in 2020 at the COVID. I can't remember the name, but when I do, I will put all of the names on screen. Next to it is my luxuriance, Anthurium luxuriance, which I showed you in my previous video already. This is a Facebook Marketplace find. There are 3 plants inside. Next to it is I'm gonna take this out, is an Anthurium cross which I bought a forgetii cross with, I also don't know the name, but it's flowering at the moment. I'm gonna cut the flower off, you will know why, because it's in a little pot. It was already root bound and I put some moss around it because it was like really leggy, and there are already some nice roots. And I got 2 of them. Next one will come in a minute. Here I got an ugly Anthurium or tree on a moss pole, Balaleanum or something like that. This one was like really bad with the thrips infestations. This one was really bad with the thrips, which I got this winter. Here is my Summer Glory, Philodendron Summer Glory, which I like because the new leaves are turning like really pinkish. Under this big leaf from my luxuriance is a tortum, which I put on a moss pole. This is from my Equagenera life sale. Here On the sunniest spot of all, I got my euphorbia variegated, and it's growing and growing and growing. This is new growth. You can see the color difference. Let's stay up here. I do think it will go much better when I take the plants and I show you, so I can put the gunners right away, and it's way too crowded over there. So let me grab the first one. We started up here. This one is a gunner. This used to be a philodendron majestic, which I forgot to water, which happens often upstairs. So that one is a goner. And I told you, I show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Next one up here, the philodendron snowdrift. Oh, that's also a leaf which can go. That's a keeper. It's my snowdrift, and this has like really nice variegation. This one I bought on the plant market with Houseplant. So I recently gave this one a repot. You also can already see some nice roots over here. So that one is a keeper that can go back up here. Next one. This one is also a gunner. This is a monstera siltebecana. I don't know if it's the El Salvador or not. This one I already took the head off like 2 times. So it's a nice plant, but I'm gonna put this online to sell because it doesn't mean anything to me. Just a filler plant, and I got enough filler plants. So monstera siltebecana is a goner. Next up here, also a goner, a monstera, which looks really bad. Oh. This used to be a monstera piñapititata. So this is a piñapitata or something like that, but that's a goner. I can't grow this. This is like a cutting which is already 3 years old, so definitely a goner. Next one. Oh my god. Oh my god. This needs a moss pole. It doesn't look nice. It's still in the original pot. Okay, now I feel like a really bad plant parent. Oh, this broke. That's a keeper. This is a philodendron green sky from Equagenera, like philodendron green sky. Okay, this needs a repot, a moss pole, and some water. This is the newest leaf which come out, and this can get really big. If you saw my previous video about the cross between the Patriciae and the Spiritus Sancti, the Amazon spirit, it also can get like those really big elongated leaves, but they got like a green thingy in the middle. So these are really nice. That's a keeper. Next is just a small Anthurium clarinervium, which puts out. This is the newest leaf, and this one is in leca. Still is moist. We see any roots yet? Yeah, there are roots right there. So this was a struggle one. So I'm happy that I tried to put it in some leca. This was just an experiment. So this is going well. That's a keeper. The next one is also a keeper. And this is also the same as downstairs, but a small cutting. This is a Philodendron Amazon Spirit, a cross between the Patriciae and the Spiritus Sancti. And I think I need to give this an other moss pole, because those moss poles like to dry out way too quick for me, so also needs a repot, I guess. So that's also a keeper. Next one is a goner. This is also from Equagenera. This is a Philodendron palaroense, and this makes like really big triangled leaves, but I don't like the look of it anymore. I used to like this, but it's not my type of plant anymore. It's like a sword. So that's a goner. This one is an Anthurium, something with poly something. I'm just putting the names all on the screen. I recently repotted this, but I think I need to give this also a moss pole, because that's a climbing Anthurium. I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of this one or a keeper, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Another fail of Thai constellation, but she's recovering. I put her in some granuplant, so some really large pumice. And she had like a little bit of roots coming out, but they rot already. So that's a maybe, or a goner, a real goner. Next is an Alocasia cuprea variegated, where the variegation is lost. Only on the back, sometimes you can see it when the sun comes in. So I'm gonna keep that for now. Maybe she will give me some variegation back. Just a sad looking oxalis. And I think I'm gonna remove all of the rhizomes and put them in new soil and let them grow strong again. So that's a keeper. Some variegation of the Hoya from the bathroom, and they already had some little roots, some small ones. So also a keeper. Then I got a small orchid which is dying. This was just a rescued one, but nah, I don't think there's much life in here, so that's a goner. By the way, I tried that orchid in some pond. These are the Magnificums crossed with crystallinums. Just some seedlings that I put apart in some pots. So these are a keeper or to sell. And the last one on that shelf is an Atapapuense, Philodendron Atapapuense. It looks like the Spiritus Sancti, but it got like the red backing. The burgundy reddish backing. And this is a real slow grower for me. I don't know why. And it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. So maybe my boyfriend will have it. So that's a goner. Next shelf are two Monstera adansonii mint variegated. So this was the bottom part, which gave me two new shoots, and I think I need to put this on a moss pole. The variegation is not really stable with the mint. So, but I love that plant. I got a little bit of backstory with this plant. I bought that plant with someone who passed away. So this is an emotional support plant. And this was a top cutting. And I'm gonna try to pull it out. Yeah. It has some roots. Okay, I will put that back again in a minute. And it's shooting already also at the top. So maybe I should put them up together and give them a moss pole and put them downstairs where I can enjoy them every day. And Anthurium radicans crossed with luxuriance, with some nice chunky roots. And that's such an easy plant for me. This is a new sleeve which came out last week, and it's burnt by the grow light. By the way, I took all of my grow lights out here, otherwise I will have some flickering. So an Anthurium radicans crossed with luxuriance. And I love the texture of the leaves. So that's definitely a keeper. Next is another Forgetii hybrid, which I bought on the plant market. It's really root bounded and it was leggy. That's the reason why I put some moss around this, and it already has some really nice roots. So that's for my Anthurium repot video. I hope I can make that soon, because she's in need of a repot. And I think I can take you back over there, because the messy part is way behind us now. So I just showed you this Forgetii hybrid. Next to it is my little greenhouse. This is the penis cacti, which I bought in France this summer. No, last year in summer. And also this Huertia, which is variegated. Now my greenhouse, small greenhouse. I got some cuttings which can go. I'm gonna do it like that. Some cuttings, so from an obliqua. So they are a gunner. Oh, and dried up from I don't know what. This is a pink Birkin. I got two of them, so I got one downstairs. Maybe I will put them up together This is just a cutting of a variegated Aloe nobilis. Philodendron patriciae. I don't know why. And I also got some corms from the exotic leaves. At the plant market, they had a really great idea with a grab box, and there are some corms inside. So we're gonna open this in another video, because I see they're already sprouting. So I need to be fast. Is this a root? Yeah, I already can see some roots. Excited for that one. There were some specials with that. Down here we got some aloes, Christmas aloe they called. They are in the summer outside, and now in the winter time they're inside. 3 little Anthurium fichteis. They are also a goner. 1 is for my boyfriend and 2 I'm gonna sell. Here's just a regular alocasia. This is dirt, by the way. These are not pests. An obliqua Peru, which I hate, so that's a goner. Another fail of a Thai constellation, a goner. Oh, and I got some prop boxes. Let me see if I can open these. Let's see what's inside here. A black velvet alocasia, some anthuriums, magnificum baceae, that are these ones, a branchifolia alocasia, some pink dragons, which need a repot, I guess. This is, I don't know what this was. I really need to label my plants, but that's also a goner. And some Burlamax flame cuttings. Okay, that's that box. Let me put the lid back. That. The other box, which is under the anthuriums. Let's have a look inside of here. It's really small in here, between the window and the shelves. Why does that open? Okay, these are mostly anthuriums, magnificum crossed with crystallinums, and some propagation of my philodendron domesticum variegated. These ones. 2 years ago I also tried to propagate those, but they always reverted on me. And there are also Burlamax in here, and these are all anthuriums. So these are my prop boxes. And the last shelf on this corner, we got a Mandula pothos over here, which needs a extension of the moss pole, and this one also. So I'm way behind with my plant care. This is a silver stripe philodendron. Here is a pink dragon alocasia next to the big mama. Look how big this leaf is compared to my big hand. I have really big hands. I also showed you this one in my pink video, and a syngonium confetti with some pink spots, a Gageana aurea with minimal variegation. So I hope she will give me some variegation back in the summer. And a no idea anthurium, just like downstairs next to my TV. I bought like 4 of these. They only were like €2 each, and 2 plus 1 for free. And it puts out this new leaf. And down here I got my Raphidophora tetrasperma variegated, which just turned green, so no variegation, it reverted. And then other silly looking Thai constellation. I really need to make some plant labels. This had like really bad trips. I treated her and put her in like a box like this. Then she puts out this new leaf. So she definitely needs a repot also, but not today. So let's go to the other side. On my workbench we got a Spathiphyllum domino, so with some variegation, which looks okay. I just need to remove all of the detritus, but that's a goner. So I'm gonna put this one with the rest. I got another propagation of a big Thai constellation, and I think she's making some nice roots, and she's sprouting. Yeah, maybe I'm taking off the leaf and I put this up in some leca. Here I got a just some small plants of a I can't remember the name, but I will put it on screen definitely. Shrilai, and that's a goner. I'm not really, the leaves are looking like this, so that's not typical that they are open. So that's also a goner. And like a money pig, a pink money pig. So everything I will own for selling my plants will put in here. And before we go plant shopping, we will look at the money, so we have some extra money for other plants or plant supplies. Here is a Xanadu, Philodendron Xanadu, which also had some trips damage. This is a yellowing leaf. I'm gonna take that off. And I told you I'm showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the uglies are here. These are some monsteras which I forgot to bring inside. So I sprayed them down and I let them overnight on my terrace. So I hope they will make it, but you know what, we're gonna do a repot now, immediately after this video. That's also a goner here. I can't remember that name. Clavia variegated, something with white star or something. So that's actually a rare plant, but doesn't say anything to me. It's not because it's rare I need it. So that's a goner to sell. And these are some monsteras. This one has no name. Oh no, this one has no name yet. It's called like No IDEC5 or something. So I was just curious to grow this, but the spider mites and the thrips took over this winter. So it's just in my plant, in my set plant corner. Also like this is a monstera which can get really big. Maybe I cut all those in pieces and propagate them. Here's just a snake plant, which is a gunner, maybe for my bathroom. It's a gunner, a Scindapsus, the only one that I got, on a moss pole. And by the way, I like those flowers to hide some of the moss poles. Here is my Pothos Global Green with some green on green variegation. And here I got some, I already looking at plant markets and in stores for a Florida Beauty. And I always forget I still got those cuttings. I gave one to Noriza about a year ago or longer, and my cuttings are still in water. So they're more than 1 year in water and they're actually looking good. Of course, I'm filling the water. And this is a Glad Hands variegated. Newest leaf has some variegation. Here's also one. Some variegation. Yeah, it has some nice variegation. Maybe it's getting time to put this on a moss pole. So these are all of my plants upstairs. So let's start with those monsteras. So I hope the roots are fine. So we will see in a minute. I'm gonna put this here. I hope the roots will be fine. You see something? The roots are looking okay. I see some white roots, which is good. Oh, maybe I can cut off all of the leaves. I'm not gonna cut the leaves off on the stem because the plant can just get some energy from the pedicels. There's still some green. Or maybe I should put this in water. Is this rooted in here? No. So that moss pole is also a goner. I got some rotting roots, so but there's new growth on the roots, so I think they will be fine. So you can see some healthy roots and some new growth over here. Maybe I should put this one into leca, but just for 1 week in water maybe. I have to clean the roots. Well, let me put this one here for a minute and look at the other one. I'm gonna remove the leaf. Oh my god, I feel so bad. This is the new shoot. Maybe this leaf can stay on the plant. It's not rooted in the moss pole, so it should get Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, these roots are not looking the best. Oh, they're mushy. Okay. Like you can see, there's a lot of rot, and you just have to cut till you see some healthy tissue. This is all mushy. No, 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 no. These are healthy. Oh my god. Like that. This is a dry root. This will be fine, trust me. There's already a new root coming over here. So I'm gonna put those two in water. And that's the biggest one I could find. So let me put this aside. And it's not a pink one. Sorry for that. Like this, and some water. So just like that. And I think those will be fine in a few weeks. So I'm gonna clean up this room and wrap up this video. If you liked watching this video, give the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can't miss out on any updates about these plants. And I hope to see you back in my next video. Bye bye.